I think that one of the most amazing opportunities to be a part of as a Christ follower who has been set free by Jesus Christ is to see the same thing happen in the lives of others. Here at We Are One, we call this Make Them Free. And this whole vision was something that started 2 years ago, and it's morphed into something that we never planned for it to be, but God always did. And our whole vision, we got with our creative team, we said, as we go really big with evangelism and all the things that we do in the summer, we want to make every night free. And then as we started dreaming it up, we realized we don't want to just see the nights made free, we want to see the lives and the hearts of people made free. And so I'm so excited to tell you, since June of 2018, we have raised over $25,000 through what we call Make Them Free. Really all it is our ability to have finances to advance the gospel, to have no limits, to see a need, immediately reach into it, and make sure that nothing stops us from sharing Jesus with people. Now, this last summer, we had the opportunity to reach over 1,300 people, 67 VIPs, 50 people gave their life to Jesus Christ. We were able to give them Bibles and immediately begin to disciple them. But I remember when this whole thing kind of got kicking. 2016 was kind of a slow launch, more focused on just raising money for our summer. But I remember in 2017, around the same time that we were raising our funds again, a church called Arise Church right there at the 8 Mile area in Detroit was being planted. And their whole vision was to bring every culture, every color, every division, bring them together unified in Jesus Christ. And we were able to meet that need, immediately helping them start up this church plant. Right after that, only a couple months later, you guys remember, Hurricane Harvey struck Houston. The White House put out a report that over 100,000 homes were affected by everything that this hurricane brought. Families, homes, businesses were kind of thrown into chaos. We sent money to Convoy of Hope. They had boots on the ground, immediately serving the needs of the people through food and evacuation and all the different procedures. And now we just saw that Hurricane Florence struck the Carolinas, and we've seen all of the catastrophe that has been. And again, able to support Convoy of Hope were more than 643,927 pounds of food, water, hygiene, and medical supplies. They've been distributed to almost 30,000 people affected by this hurricane. And we've not only seen the need that was far away, but also right here in our community. We have had so many cool efforts and opportunities, like serving food to our police department, or immediately they contacted us and said, hey, will you help us clean up the graffiti on the tunnels at the Pollyant Trail? And so we were able to go out there with our art team and paint these beautiful murals and just kind of add the touch of God into our city in a really unique way. I think for me though, one of the kind of most heartfelt impacting things we've been able to do so far is something that we call Making Free Christmas. We bought 279 toys with all the funds that we had raised, and we took it to Port Huron Hospital right there in the pediatric unit, and we were able to bless all these kids with these toys that they're stuck in these hospitals and they can't go home for Christmas. We not only partner with organizations, but I believe that God raises people up to be mouthpieces for Him. Like we've partnered with evangelists like Michael McDonald, who goes into schools and churches and does conferences and camps and all these things right here in the U.S., where he can speak with students and young adults, sharing the gospel of Jesus Christ and just infiltrating their hearts with the love of God. Or a missionary like Pastor Antonio in Nicaragua. I just actually got a text from him this morning. We've been really praying because the riots in Nicaragua, they started as political protests and then they grew to riots. They've gotten so severe. The persecutions, the imprisonment of people, the accusations of terrorism, the torturing, the raping of men and women, and murders are at an all-time high in the midst of these riots. I love that Scripture illustrates that there's gonna be sin, there's gonna be destruction, there's gonna be things that we deal with in the world. But he said, here, where sin abounds, grace abounds all the more. And so right here in Nicaragua, in the midst of all this happening, they have been able to share the gospel in ways that honestly we can't do it here. Now, I was there firsthand and I saw all that they're doing, but I can't be there all the time. but through something like Make Them Free, I can see the gospel shared. They've been able to go into 8 different villages and plant campuses there, churches that can share Jesus Christ. 5 different ministries they've started too. Men and women with addictions, people living on the street, children struggling with drugs. And they saw healings on the street. They've seen miracles, cancer healed, sight given, kidneys, heart, you name it. They have seen it and they've got to be a part of it. And here's what's amazing, so have we. You know, if you heard this last June, when the CARR fires happened in Redding, California, where 229,651 acres of land were burned. They already discovered there's been 1,881 buildings that were destroyed. But we were able to immediately, through Make Them Free, send money to people that are there. Salvation Army, Bethel Church, that's right there in Redding, California. And Bethel, they already put out some statements to let people know what their money is going towards. They were able to serve 22,177 meals to the CARR fire victims. I think something that's really been in my heart that we have not yet taken on, but we've been praying about, and I felt I should put it in this video, something called Project Rescue. Now last year, Project Rescue was able to rescue and minister to over 37,000 women and children impacted by sexual slavery. And this is just in Eurasia. Project Rescue is able to bring these women and children into aftercare or safe houses. And then they don't just pull them out and rescue them, but they give them vocational training and they're able to share the love of Jesus with them. And this has just been burning on my heart, the ability that we have to set people free in Jesus. When I look at scripture, it says in John chapter 8, verse 36, Jesus said this. He said, so if the Son, that's him he's talking about, makes you free, you will be free indeed. I think very simply the vision of Make Them Free is to understand that free people, that if you've been set free, if you've been made free in Jesus Christ, then we have a call to make others free. If you'd like to partner with us and receive the call to make them free, then you can contribute by texting MEF, whatever number that you want to contribute, right to the number you see on the screen, and that immediately makes you a partner with us as we partner with others. This is the call, church. This is the call, people of God. Let's make them free. Let's fulfill this call in our lives to advance the gospel, to love a broken world, and to be the hands and feet of Jesus. I hope that you can partner with us. God bless.